This Grow Castle early game lightning build is made to be used against the first world colonies, and it's made especially for you if you wish to conquer that first world as soon as you can to maximize your colony gold income, which by the way will be your main source of income through your early and mid game. Now this account has done a little bit less than 2000 total waves for this game. My two highest level units in here are Thor and the Thunder Tower. Both of them are level 450. The second highest level units are Zeus and Dark Lightning Archer. Both of them are level 200, and the rest of the units are on much lower level. And with this we will be conquering the last 30,000 defense first world colony. Oh, and none of the units are wearing any items, so no items whatsoever are required for this build. And I must say this build looks and even feels a little unclean to play with, so I want to emphasize this is only meant for the first world colonies when you have no items yet whatsoever. So if you want to do second world, third world, or infinite colony or any other game mode, check the video links in the description. Those builds will be better for those game modes. This is just for the first world. But since we have no items, we can use a little unorthodox methods to beat this last colony over here. Now I will first beat this colony so you can see how I play this build, and then I will go through the units after that, and there's some really important information I want to tell you, so I recommend you watch all the way through so you don't miss any crucial information on how this build actually works. The base idea in here is that we are constantly applying some sort of a crowd control to the enemy monsters. We have Ice Wizard in here to freeze the enemies, we have Ice Windy in here to kinda stop, slow and knock back the enemies a little bit, so that will stall, give you a little bit of more time. And then we have the Giant Ogre as a last line of defense. In case the enemies get close to your castle, you can knock all of them back at once, and that's usually when I want to use my Giant Ogre. I want to kinda like save him until it's absolutely necessary to cast the Giant Ogre. And we can also pop our altar if we want to make our Thunder Towers a little bit more powerful. For example, in here I can use the Giant Ogre. Not really maybe needed, but you will see how it works in action. And other than that, I will just keep on juggling between Ice Wizard, Ice Windy, and then Giant Ogre. And also casting the haste ability for my Town Archers who are wearing the Ice Bow, so that they apply slow to the enemy monsters. The Town Archers are not leveled, so they are not doing any real damage. In this battle, they are just here to apply this small, maybe even meaningless amount of crowd control. If you have leveled your Town Archers, then having the haste buff will be even more beneficial for you. Like you see in here, the enemies are constantly being stalled, they cannot reach our castle, so all will be fine. Again, Giant Ogre in here will be enough to save the day and make sure the enemies cannot actually reach our castle. There we go, we are getting close to winning this battle. If you take a hit or two, that's gonna be fine, but if you take multiple hits, you will die quite fast, because our castle is also very underleveled, basically against this fight. Here we go, and this should be our victory right here. There we go, 30,000 defense first world colony done on these levels. And the results for this battle looks like this. So Thunder Towers are the number 1 damage dealer, followed by Thor, who are the 2 highest level units for this build. The third is Lightning Castle, actually, who is on level 557, so I've been just using my excessive crystals at this point to level the Lightning Castle whenever I have not needed to do any kind of promotion. So that helps you a little bit on especially clearing the normal monsters that get closer and closer to your castle. And then we have Zeus and Dark Lightning Archer. Dark Lightning Archer is not doing that much damage at this point, but since you probably have leveled her for your waving build, might just as well use her in here as well. Helps a little bit clearing the monsters, dealing a little bit extra damage to the castle, and we don't really have much other options in here that we really would want to have in the build anyway. And now here comes the extremely important part about leveling your units for this build. Listen carefully. In this build you can see Dark Hunter, Golem Master, Giant Ogre, Ice Wizard, Dorothy and Ice Windy, and none of these units should be leveled more than enough for them to get their final tier promotions. So once you get enough levels to use the final promotion you need for these units, stop there. They are absolutely not meant to be doing any kind of damage. Any excessive gold used on them at this point will be wasted. So save that gold and use it on your damage dealers and your castle instead. This is extremely important, especially heroes like Golem Master and Ice Windy. You don't be using them in any other game mode, basically in your lightning build. So any other gold than this would be absolutely wasted at this point. As you can see in here, I have not been leveling my Town Archers for this account. Now, if you have been doing so, however, and they are doing some damage, in that case you will want to use Dark Skeleton instead of most likely Dorothy or Icewind in here to boost your town archer's damage. And at that point you also want to use some other bow treasure than the frozen bow, so most likely flame bow or cursed knife at that point to boost the town archer damage. You can also use the cannon versions of your town archers at this point. The other treasures we have in here are sharp arrow and power cloud to boost our units damage. They are not max level, that will be fine. They are rather expensive to do so in early game, so this will be fine. And then frozen heart to make sure we deal a little bit extra damage to frozen monsters, because we are constantly freezing them through ice wizard and also through our ice gem golems as well. Which is why we have our last treasure in here, the sapphire, to get a little bit more ice golems that will be freezing the enemies. Now, gem golems in general are extremely bad. In here, you have my permission, but in your waving build, in your other colony builds, in dragon builds, you name it, do not use the gem golems. They are not great. In here, we don't really have much great options for the last slot, because we are not needing any defense. Because we can go full offensive against the first world colonies, because there's no archers constantly shooting at us, unlike in the second and third world and infinite colony, for example. The skill tree currently looks like this. Now I will also post an image version of skill tree examples in the description, so you can see what your skill tree will look like with different amount of skill points. But this is an example at this point what you can use. We are using the Altar of Tower in here to boost our Thunder Tower's damage both passively and actively. If you cast this ability, you will have 30 seconds of increased damage for your Thunder Towers. And then we have in the building section Hero Guild to boost our hero damage, Tower to boost our Thunder Tower's damage, again a little bit more, and also Spring Water to reduce our cooldown so that we can cast all of our abilities faster, which is extremely crucial for your survivability. In front of the castle we have the Death Worm to increase our MP recovery, not extremely needed in this fight, but you will use this in your waving build as well, so might as well use it in here as well. Then we have the Frozen Tower to slow monsters a little bit, basically no need to level this, some free slow to the enemy monsters. And we have the Barracks, again also no need to level this, it just gives you one extra body block on the field. Basically it won't be doing anything, but otherwise we would have 2 extra empty slots in here. And if you have leveled something else, you can use it in here, but I would not really recommend spending gold on any other towers than the Thunder Tower, which will be your main damage dealers for this build and in your early game waving build as well. The mirror in here is used to duplicate Thunder Tower so you can get more Thunder Towers on your field. So make sure Thunder Mirror is placed on the left hand side of your Thunder Tower. On the castle itself we have Thunder Base to boost our lightning units damage, and the Lightning Castle, which again I've been using my excessive crystals to level. And you could also use the Sealed Castle in here as well, that won't be an issue. It will also allow you to take a couple of more extra hits, so might as well use it in here. I did not wear it to show it's not needed, but it gives you that little bit of extra safety that you should not need, but in case you do, might as well use it. Then on the hero section we have Icewindy in here with the left hand side promotion. We have Dorothy in here with the poison promotion, because the poison monsters hit by the Dorothy skeletons will get a defense minus 20% for 2 seconds. This helps you to clear the normal monsters faster. Dark Lightning Archer is using the lightning promotion. A Red Defender is using the Red Defender promotion because it boosts your Thunder Tower's damage. Giant Ogre is on the right hand side promotion because of the knockback effect. Again, he's a crowd control unit, he's not meant to be doing any damage for this build. And same goes for Ice Wizard, he's a crowd control unit. You can use basically whichever promotion you want, the Ice Wizard or the Sorcerer. With the Sorcerer you will have a wider radius for your freezing, so you can freeze more monsters at once if you need that. But with a shorter duration, and with the Ice Wizard promotion you will have a smaller radius, longer duration, and also his normal attack will be able to freeze monsters, so I chose the Ice Wizard promotion for this battle. Stone is here to boost our Thunder Tower's damage. Again, there's not much choice in terms of promotions in here. And Golem Master is using the middle promotion over here so that we can get more gem golems on the field. When Golem Master is placed on this row over here, you will get the ice golems, so make sure Golem Master is on this row in your castle if you want to use the ice golems, which I would say are the best option you can use for this build right here. Then we have Dark Hunter, who will just give more attack speed boost to my town archers, who are again not leveled. If they were leveled, this would be also a greater boost, but also mainly because this Archer Trio buff will give your Dark Lightning Archer more attack speed, so His role is also to boost the Dark Lightning Archer's damage a little bit. You could also use Elf in this slot as well, because of the same Archer Trio passive attack speed boost for your Dark Lightning Archer. Shoes is used the left hand side promotion for increased damage, and then Pure Wizard left hand side promotion, and also Dark Necromancer left hand side promotion. These should be included in every single build you make. And for this build, I have set my Thunder Tower and Shoes to target near monsters. So that just helps you make sure that when the enemies get closer and closer to your castle, your units will actually be able to also target them so that they can storm your castle, while your damage deals are only focusing on the monsters that are closer to the enemy castle. So make sure to have some unit on near targeting for this build. That's most likely something you will want. You can try Thor on near as well if you want to. You can play around with that one, but these are the two I have on near for this particular build over here. I would love to hear about your success against the colonies, so leave me a comment down below and tell me. And again, against the other colonies, second world, third world, infinite colony, click that link and you will find another kind of build. I hope you have fun.